let me tell you guys. All right, hey, okay, everybody, getting close, getting close. I'm about to tell you something really spooky. Okay, I've told this story before, but I'm going to set some groundwork right now. Okay, one, I've learned that my family is quite in tune with some spiritual shit, and I never really realized that until recently, because I had a deep conversation with my friends about my past and like how my family, because we talked about family a lot, right? And I realized that my mom's side of the family, right? It's kind of funny because both my mom and dad's side of the family have something cool going on, because my mom's side, they're very like superstitious, more so than I thought. And you know, they believed in certain things. Like, remember when I told you when my grandpa died that the phone in the house kept like ringing over and over again, and my grandma thought it was just him trying to reach out? Like, it rang 3 times on the 3rd day, and we in the family coincidentally believe that people don't realize that they're dead until the 3rd day after they have you know, moved on. Oh, like after the 3rd day that they you know, passed away from then forth. So yeah, to sorry, someone's outside. That distracted me for a second. That scared me. Holy fuck. So that's one thing. Second thing, right, that I realized is that I don't know about you guys, because who here is Southeast Asian, or like just Asian in general? I know there a lot of people in Southeast Asia are pretty superstitious about a lot of things, right? But one thing in my mom's side of the family that they believe is that the more you talk about negativity and the more you talk about ghost stories or like indulge in, you know, creepy shit, it will invite more spooky stuff into your house, or more of that into your life, right? So the more you talk about negativity, the more you you know, invite that into your life, the more likely you'll bring something unfortunate into your own life, right? That's the whole thing. That's why my mom hates talking about anything to do with that, right? So that's my mom's side. My dad's side, it's weird because he has told me so many spooky stories from when he was a kid. Like he literally thinks he sees ghosts, right? And he's told me when he was a kid in Vietnam, right, he used to see them all the time, and I never really paid attention to that because I thought he was just trying to scare me, right? And dad was like, you know, being all what, mysterious or whatever, right? Because I don't know too much from my dad's side of the family, but I talked to him again recently, and he told me another scary story about him seeing my grandpa, right? Or thinking he saw my grandpa when I was younger, right? What, the week after he died or something like that. I don't know. That's weird too. So let's fast forward to 2021 or 2020, right? Yeah.
Esta acción no sigue la secuencia esperada.
Facturas imposibles, facturas inexplicables.
¿Hay algún otro factor a considerar, oficial?
No sabemos qué nos espera allá adentro.
Right? Yeah, I think it was 2020. So that's the first time I ever did a Ouija board with my roommate. This was back in college. Well, my roommate now, but my friend from college, right? Same guy, Andy. And we did a Ouija board together. So it's kind of like, it's like this. Remember, you guys, this story, some people would remember me doing this, but I fucked around with it because one of his friends, I think, I don't know who she was, but she left the Ouija board at his apartment or whatever, right? And I just decided to play around with it one day. Apparently, he never saw her again. That was like the last time he saw he ever hung out with her or talked to her, was when she left the Ouija board. And I guess he never reached out again, or they never talked again after that, right? And she didn't really want it. So like, oh, whatever. And I guess it's still in the apartment to this day, because like, I think when they moved out of there years ago, it just got left at the apartment in Philadelphia, right? So I was playing around with it with him one day because it was in between classes. We were bored, and I remember one of the questions, we did the whole proper process, you know, we were like, hello, hi, and everything, and we said bye when we closed it off. But I really didn't believe in Ouija boards that much at the time. So one of the questions that I asked when we were moving the thing around was like, what's the name of my grandma's dead cat, right? And I spelled it out because I was trying to fuck with him a little bit, right? And move it around myself. Yeah, but I think you're not supposed to do that. I didn't know because I don't really believe in Ouija boards and stuff like that. So when I moved it around, right, and I told him like, yeah, that's the name of the cat, he didn't believe me and then got really freaked out. Fast forward a year after that, right? Because I didn't really think too much of just the trolling that we did. Apparently the people that lived below, because the apartment is like a first floor and second floor, and we did the Ouija board on the second floor in his room, right? There's a room below them that got occupied by two new people, and they woke up one night, right, around like 2 a.m. or something like that, and they heard loud banging at the door, right? And they thought someone was trying to break into their room, and they started crying apparently and started praying. It got really bad, and then I think like the other housemates heard them screaming for help, because there's two of them, right? Two of them were inside this room sharing together, and they thought someone was trying to break in, right, the entire time. And then when the whole house came together and just like opened the door and just checked on them, they were like huddled in the corner crying, right, and praying and shit like that, because they thought somebody was trying to like kill them or whatever. And then apparently they never knew why or what happened. They thought it was like just a weird haunting thing, because no one else in the house heard the banging on the door, right? Nobody else knew or heard about what was happening. Apparently only those two knew and heard all that noise and some shit. And then I realized something. It's like, okay, maybe it's me and my friend's fault because we did the Ouija board, right? It's like, oh, that shit opens portals, whatever. I don't know. People believe that stuff, right? I still have skepticism about it because I don't really like to believe that all that much. But then I realized, like, oh, like when people say as above, so below, right? Like the same thing that applies up above is like the true down below. Maybe when we were doing that Ouija board in his room, like the room below us got it worse, and that's where it actually got haunted, because no one lived in that room until those two moved in, right? So when they moved into that room, I guess whatever it was pissed them off, pissed whatever was there off, right? It's like, oh, that's not your room anymore. That's whatever we let inside the house's room. So, yeah, I think they moved out sometime after that because they were so stressed out. I don't know what those guys are up to. Maybe they moved on from it. I feel bad though. You gave them a free welcoming gift. But I'm just like, damn, I feel with that kind of thing, why didn't I get more punished, for fucking around with a tool like that, right? If it is real. Or maybe it was always haunted and I just kind of gave it like a little catalyst to say hi to the people living in the room below. I don't know. I thought about that. I'm like, my friends thought that it was creepy, and like they were saying, oh, maybe you're more superstitious than you think. I don't know. But it was just that was like one of the creepiest things I've ever heard, right? And there's another one I told you guys about that I've heard. Okay, we're not gonna get into that one. That one's just like really spooky. I was at my friend's house during AX, right? We were like getting ready to go get dim